Live.
Good evening and welcome to General Council for May 13th, 2025. Number one, attendance roll call. We'll start on your side, Carrie.
Councillor Kerry Bombury, present. Sorry, Dale Bombury.
Hazel Johnson.
Elena Venevri.
Cynthia Jameson.
Audrey Paulus Bombury.
Helen, you're on mute.
Helen Miller present.
Go ahead, Amos.
Amos Key Jr. present.
Leslie Green, present.
And I know Melba won't be joining us tonight, and I think the other counselors should be attending soon. Oh yeah, Dean's away on council business. Okay, let's go to number 2, identification of media. I don't see any. And let's go to number 3. Let us take a moment of silence to honor those community members that we have recently lost. Let's take a moment, please. Thank you. Let's go to number 4, adoptions of the agenda for May 13th, 2025. Is there a mover? Moved by Hazel. Seconder? Second by Elena. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none? Carried. Number 5, there's no delegations tonight. So let's go to number 6, adoption of the General Council minutes of April 22nd, 2025. Is there a mover?
I'll move.
Moved by Audrey, seconder. Second by Leslie. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none? Carried. Yep, go ahead, Alina.
Sorry, just that was the meeting where we had the candidates in the federal election. I wonder if you might just tell people who may not be aware who the winner was for Brantford.
Yeah, for the winner was MP now, Larry Brock again. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Elena. Let's go to number 7, Chiefs update. So I'd like to share some comments about the number of greenhouses being constructed in the community. We want you to know that this council hears the concerns that are being brought to our attention. We are concerned for the continued safety of all. We confirmed during our meeting with the Cannabis Commission last week that a site of interest on 4th Line was indeed issued a license to grow cannabis. We learned they will be growing within a contained environment, greenhouses instead of field production. Know that structured meetings with the Cannabis Commission will continue. Also, community consultation regarding the Six Nations cannabis law and regulation is being planned so community can share their views, concerns, and opinions. More information will be shared as it is available. May 1st, I attended and gave remarks to the appreciation brunch to celebrate First Responders Day 2025. This was a meaningful opportunity for Six Nations of the Grand River 59th Elected Council to recognize the dedication, hard work, and sacrifice of our first responders. Thank you again. And also thank you to the hardworking staff for putting on this event. On Saturday, May 3rd, I attended the Six Nations Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors meeting. I attended these meetings as a non-voting ex officio member. This quarterly Board of Directors meeting included operational updates. May 6th, I traveled to Toronto to receive a King Charles III Coronation Medal that was presented to me by the Lieutenant Governor of Ontario for my leadership and advocacy for First Nations in Ontario. On May 7th, I had a follow-up meeting with Brant County regarding their downtown development and redevelopment master plan, which includes a new walking trail to link the downtown to Lions Park. They have agreed to place educational historical plaques about the Haudenosaunee in key locations. On May 8th, I met with the owners of Best Western in Brantford as they reached out in hopes of creating a relationship with Six Nations of the Grand River. A follow-up meeting with Six Nations of the Grand River administrative staff will occur to explore this relationship further. On May 5th, I met with Minister Rickford of Indigenous Affairs and First Nations Economic Development of Ontario, Deputy Minister Raj Deer, and Preliminary Assistant Will Boma. The primary topics of discussion included resource projects, Ontario's latest bill designed to unleash the economy and advance free trade without First Nations consultation, community safety, illegal dumping, and duty to consult. I also provided an update on the Iroquois Caucus signing the nation-to-nation trade and commerce agreement. On illegal dumping, the minister asked his staff to arrange a multi-ministerial meeting by mid-June with his office and Ministry of Environment and Conservation and Parks, the Solicitor General, and the Ministry of Transportation, and the Attorney General. A recent federal court decision affirmed that United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, UNDRIP, and the duty to consult. In February 2025, the federal court decision in Kiawik First Nation versus Canada Nuclear Laboratories states that the courts and other decision makers must consider UNDRIP when assessing whether the Crown has met its duty to consult and accommodate Indigenous groups. This decision was established for realizing UNDRIP as a framework for reconciliation and a foundation for First Nation-led consultation process. Congratulatory letters were sent on April 29, 2025 to the Prime Minister, Minister Carney, and Member of Parliament, MP, Larry Brock. On April 23rd, a meeting was held with representation from Six Nations of the Grand River Elected Council and Administration, Six Nations Police, Indigenous Service Canada, and Ontario's Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks. The goal of these meetings is to stop the importation of unwanted waste, illegal dumping on the territory. This work is ongoing as several strategies are being explored and developed. The Iroquois Caucus met in Akwesasne on April 23rd and 24th. Due to a prior commitment, council members were unable to attend, but we were represented by Six Nations of the Grand Rivers, Executive Director of Nation Building. During the assembly, participating Iroquois Caucus members exchanged gifts in recognition of the signing of a nation-to-nation trade and commerce protocol agreement. This April's Indigenous Service Canada Chief's update on Ontario's outbreak of measles. Cases continue to rise in recent weeks, and the majority of cases involve individuals that are not immunized. The public health officer then covered the importance of vaccinations. Information on avian flu with special precautions for hunters. If you become ill after handling birds, contact the healthcare provider. To report the sick bird in Ontario, call 226-217-8022. The Canada Indigenous Loan Guarantee Program initially offered $5 billion in loan guarantees for First Nations. Earlier this month, the pool has been doubled to $5 billion, has been doubled to $10 billion. I continue to meet regularly with community members. I wish to thank members for bringing your concerns to me. Ontario introduces new legislation Bill 2 was introduced April 16th. It is Ontario through Free Trade within Canada Act and currently at second reading. To protect Ontario through Free Trade with Canada Act, Omnibus Bill includes many amendments to regulatory frameworks that would make it easier for businesses to operate across provinces, may include simplify or reducing environmental or land use regulations. Development projects, especially related to resource extractions, will increase and receive streamlined expedition approvals from Ontario. Overall, this bill is aiming to make it easier for projects to move forward, which could impact First Nations inherent land rights. Bill 5, Protect Ontario by Unleashing Our Economy Act, was introduced April 17th with first reading, already completed and now at second reading, with a referral to the Standing Committee on Interior Affairs. The Protect Ontario by Unleashing Your Economy Act 2025 Omnibus Bill proposes significant changes across various sectors that will impact Six Nations. Repeal and replacement of the Endangered Species Act, amendments to Ontario Heritage Act, creation to specific economic zones, and exemptions for Ontario Place redevelopment. Bill 10, Protect Ontario Through Safer Streets Act, has passed first reading and is currently in second reading in the legislature. This omnibus bill proposed broad changes to Ontario laws on bail, policing, courts, and community safety, including measures targeting drug activity and updating the sex offender registry. There is no official consultation with First Nations noted and no public consultation portal currently available. This information has been shared with our Justice Department. My office is working diligently to stay up to date on Ontario's various proposed legislative changes, moving quickly through the legislature and ensure that Ontario is aware of the impacts on Six Nations of the Grand River community, ensure that Ontario consults with Six Nations of the Grand River elected council. That was all a mouthful. There was a lot. So is there a mover to accept as my update? Moved by Leslie, second by Elena. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none, carried. Let's go to number 8. Update from committee meetings, education, language, and culture. Audrey, Amos?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Audrey Powis-Bobry. I'm the chair of Education, Lifelong Learning, and Culture and Language Committee. Amos Key is the co-chair, and we're a standalone committee who will report directly to council. Past meeting, we met with our new hire, which is Education Manager Christy Jameson, and we congratulate her. She'll make an excellent addition to our team. And we basically spend most of the time with introductions and also going over the history of education and how we got to where we are so far. And she's been spending her last 2 months reading over many of our documents and our reports, and is completing an executive summary on many of them. So it was wonderful to meet her again, and we look forward to working with her for the next 2 years. Nyawa.
Okay. Thank you, Audrey, for the update on the Education, Language, and Culture Committee. Is there a mover to accept Audrey's update? Moved by Leslie. Seconder? Second by Elena. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none, carried. Let's go to 8.2, Wellbeing Committee. Go ahead, Amos. Do you have an update? Or if you're talking, you're on mute.
Can you hear me, Chief?
Oh, yep, now I can. Go ahead.
Okay. I just got the minutes and so I can't report. I'm going to report on May the 27th, our next general council meeting. We had a meeting just last week on the 2nd. But our next meeting is going to be on July the 10th.
So June 10th?
June 10th, sorry.
June 10th? Okay, so we'll put that in for the update on the Wellbeing Committee.
Great.
Okay, go ahead,
And
Greg.
I'll report on the 20th.
Okay, sounds good, Amos. Go ahead.
I just had a question for Amos, is that you'll be covering I guess, the gathering that we had today at the Woodland Cultural Center at that time? Or did you want me to give it just?
Yes. Well, you can give an update now if you want, Greg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, Amos. Yeah, just that Amos, the chief, and I were able to attend the Brant County Health Services Symposium that they had today, where they gathered different health representatives from the region. One of the things is that what we did see today is, although I had to step out in the morning, what it is that they're looking at increasing the services for Indigenous, looking at the culture and the way in our people look at healthcare, and of course trying to address some of the problems as our people get as they navigate through the healthcare system. One of the I would say shining points today was that work of Michelle Bomberry with BGH, or the Brantford General Hospital. As you know, she's the manager of Indigenous Health Services, and she was looking at improving services basically specific to our culture. And of course, they had opened a special room for our families and also for our patients as well. And they were looking at even changing menus, looking at how we can increase navigation through the system, home care afterward. And also she was working closely with Dr. Karen Hill. But it looked positive and looks like it's moving in a positive direction for healthcare at the Brantford General Hospital.
Okay.
Thanks, Greg. And then I apologies to the recorder. It's June 6th is the next board meeting. Committee meeting, sorry. Friday, June 6th. And Greg, you're going to have to chair that for us.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Okay, can I have a mover just to accept Greg's update about the today? Moved by Hazel, second by Leslie. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none, carried. Okay, can I have that ends for tonight? Our agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by Hazel, second by Leslie. All in favor? Anybody opposed? See none, carried. Thank you for joining us tonight and have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.